Hi, you're here with CMajor before the show for this special Saturday afternoon episode. We're talking about events, and I wanted to put something up special for you to listen to over the weekend. So thank you for joining me. I am pre-taping this, so I'm going to post it in just a few moments. But I wanted to tell you about all of these events that are going on. So if you happen to live around the greater New York City area, or you're visiting, or you know someone in the area who would benefit from attending some of these events, then feel free to reach out to them. We are going to be talking to you for about 30 minutes or so and just sharing what's going on. So I'm excited to be with you because there is a lot going on. So this episode is for anyone who is a recreational musician, you're a working professional, anyone who is interested in attending a performance if they are not performing themselves. And just thank you for listening. So listen now as I talk about some of the local arts and entertainment events that are taking place. All of these events you can place on your personal calendars. And in some cases you can look online and download information about these events that are posted online on the calendars of the institutions that are doing the presentation. So, but you'll learn about what's happening, what I'm interested in, and what to add to your own calendar. So thank you so much. This is for your social sharing. It's for sharing any images that are associated with the events as well, sharing any videos, any links. I'm going to go over to my Facebook page with you as well to take a look. So I'm glad you're tuning in. So thank you. I hope you're having a nice Saturday afternoon. And I believe it's the first day of fall, if I'm not mistaken. It's September 22nd, right? So let's give a shout out for fall. So the first thing I have in my hand is actually a poster / calendar, and it says New Jersey Performing Arts Center. So it's the NJPAC lineup for the fall-winter 2018-19 season. So if you turn on the inside, you'll see an assortment of different artists that will be presented. So the first person that's catching my eye, Sheila E. I see Marcus Miller. I see Diane Reeves. I see Gregory Porter. They're all featured as you turn to see what's in this publication. And then just a listing of everything. So if you have a chance to, for the full schedule, including free events, go to njpac.org/moodyjazz, and you'll find all the information there. So let me mosey on over to my other publication here that I'm excited about. And this one says Lincoln Center Calendar of Events. Lincoln Center Calendar of Events. So what I like about this calendar is that it has calendar information that's current as of this summer. So beginning in July, we had up-to-date information. And you can also visit lincolncenter.org to find out more. But if you open to the first page where the events are listed, I see a date of September 1. So I know this has been updated so that you can open for this month and then go from there. So let me just flip to today's date so we can see what's going on for today. So, today is September 22nd, Saturday, Jazz at Lincoln Center, and you have an event that's going on at the Dizzy's Club Coca-Cola at 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. featuring the New Century Big Band. So definitely check that out if you can. The Lincoln Center Theater, My Fair Lady, directed by Bartlett Sher, and it's at the Vivian Beaumont Theater at 2 and 8. And then you have the New York City Ballet, Jules. That's presented today at 2 p.m. So it's a little bit past that time right now. It's a little bit after 3 p.m. But if you care to, you can look into this event by the New York City Ballet. And then at 8 o'clock later on this evening, the New York City Ballet also has another presentation, which will feature music of Tchaikovsky, Stravinsky. So definitely check that out if you can. So as I'm turning over, I can see there are other dates printed that go through September 30th. So September 22nd continued, New York Philharmonic. Jaap van Zweden is the new conductor, and they are presenting music by Beethoven and Stravinsky, and that's tonight also at 8 o'clock at David Geffen Hall. So if you have a chance, check that out. And I'm not going to read all of these events. I'm just letting you know that I'm very excited about the events that are listed here, because there is just so much going on, but you can see it for yourself online. All the different box offices where you can also purchase tickets and so forth. But the one I'm really most excited about is the New York Philharmonic. So let's just turn to their publication. I'm going to spend some time reading a little bit as well from that publication. So, the New York Philharmonic, and on the cover of this playbill, you see a picture of Jaap van Zweden, the music director. He is the 26th music director of the New York Philharmonic. And they had a big celebration this week, and the celebration continues. So here we have a welcome from Jaap van Zweden, the music director, and Deborah Borda, the president and CEO. So let's just see what they're saying on the inside here. So that's a message. There's a message from both. So it says, welcome to a new era at the New York Philharmonic. Since arriving here on very different paths, the two of us have forged a partnership, both with each other and with this august institution, based on common values. Chief among them is the belief that the New York Philharmonic flourishes when it is true to its role as a leader and to its tradition of innovation. Just take a look at the way the season is structured, anchoring the programming with pillars that invite discourse around art and ideas. Next month, you'll discover the art of Andriessen, the unconventional composer and Jaap's fellow Dutchman. I hope I said that right. The art of Andriessen, or I guess you could say Andriessen, but Andriessen. So forgive my pronunciation if I am mispronouncing anything, but you can look this up for yourself and see it online as well. In January, we'll delve into musical expressions of the immigrant experience in New York stories, threads of our city. The season concludes with an exploration of composers' responses to social crisis in music of conscience. At the heart of each pillar is a world premiere, and our David Geffen Hall concerts are complemented in nearby venues by contemporary music performances. All of this is enhanced by additional events created in collaboration with New York City cultural institutions. We are New York's orchestra, and relish the opportunity to engage in cultural dialogue with our neighbors. Beyond our love of New York and of great symphonic music, what elevates the Philharmonic's performances is the incomparable array of talent in this orchestra, second to none in the world. It has been a joy to get to know these musicians and to reaffirm that we all truly want to be in our city and in our time. We look forward to welcoming you throughout the season. And then you have the signature and the name of the music director, Jaap van Zweden, and you have the signature and the name of the president and chief executive officer, Deborah Borda. So turning on the inside here, there's a photo of Jaap van Zweden, and it's the lead story. And it says, New York, meet Jaap. And this article is written by Monica Parks. The new maestro has arrived at the New York Philharmonic. Get to know the man behind his music. The chemistry that the masterful maestro Jaap van Zweden enjoys with the virtuosic and powerful New York Philharmonic is already palpable, and their passion for performance is about to reach new heights. But what inspires this man of many loves? While he was conducting the orchestra in Shanghai this July, he sat down for a chat. So the first question they asked Jaap was, let's start at the beginning. How did you discover music? Jaap van Zweden says, my father is a pianist, and when I was a young boy, 4 or 5 years old, he played with gypsy violinists, and I was really inspired by the instrument. I also loved 2 records. We had of Beethoven's Violin Concerto and the Brahms Violin Concerto, performed by Zino Franciscati. I remember the layout of the record. It was beautiful. It inspired me to ask for an instrument, and my father said, I think that to play the violin would be something really for you, because it is, number one, an instrument that you can sing on. He also said that it is a very social instrument. If you want to play with people, it is easier to carry with you than a piano. The violin was immediately an absolute hit for me. By the way, my father is turning 90 years old on September 20th, the day the Philharmonic and I starred together, and he will come to the concert, his first time in New York in his life. Although I was a student at Juilliard, there were no possibilities for him to come here at that time. And then, if you turn on the inside, you see an inside story. This story continues, but I'm just going to turn and just see what else we can talk about before we get back to that story. Open rehearsal. So, the Philharmonic just announced that they're going to offer a free open rehearsal. So I'm going to share that with you once I go to my Facebook page for CMajor before the show. And by the way, we are going to have our regular show this Tuesday, which will be live. It'll be a little bit more scripted than last week. And we are nearing the end of the keyboard situation Play by Color and by Chords series. So I hope you'll tune in for that, because we're down to the last 4 that we're going to talk about. So tune in, because episode 9 of that series will be about 9 chords. Episode 10 will be about how to turn triads into 7th chords. So I'm going to show you the application for that. So it's a little bit of substitution, if you will. And I'll show you what I mean by that. And then, of course, we'll talk about some other things, and then I'll help you with your homework. And then episode 11, I believe I want to talk about I think I either want to talk about diminished and augmented chords, or I want to talk to you about how to play runs and fills and chording the melody. It may be something more like that. But just to give you an idea, that's definitely on my mind, but I will post it for sure. And then just make sure you check the web page in case of any changes. And then the 12th episode in the Keyboard Situation series will be about putting it all together. So I will show you how you can apply some of the things that we talked about throughout the series and put it all together for you, just to show you how you can put together a song using the chords and the color ideas that we've been talking about for this long already. Okay, now I'm looking through this playbill, just paging through, seeing a lot of the pictures that are posted there. It all looks very interesting. By the way, you can pick a copy. You can pick up a copy for yourself. Oh, I like this because it gives you information about the Beethoven Concerto. Piano Concerto Number 5, The Emperor. Okay, so let me just page over. It's so easy to get lost in this playbill. Okay, so we're going back to our lead story now. And so it says, since we're talking about your family, you talk very openly about your love for them. And then Mr. Jaap van Zweden says, I learned so much from my 4 children, as well as from my father, my mother, and my wife. And we have a special child, Benjamin, who is autistic. He really inspired me to become a happy detective to reach him. How even in very difficult and dark times to search for brightness and new possibilities. This transformed the way I work with orchestras. So he is a very incredible figure for me. Next question. Speaking of how you work with orchestras, was it love at first sight with the New York Philharmonic? Jaap van Zweden says, oh yes, absolutely. I remember my first rehearsal with them in 2012, the Mahler 1. At first, we just played the piece through, and then some musicians came up to me and asked, why didn't you stop us? Why don't you work with us? With an orchestra of the level of the New York Philharmonic, first you should read with them the whole piece, at least to show this fantastic bunch of people that you are prepared as a conductor. Then you can start. I felt immediately this willingness and this eagerness to bring out the best of themselves and of the music. That was a very glorious feeling with them. It still is. And then you have a picture below. And then the next question says, Bernstein gave you your first taste of conducting when you were concertmaster of the Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra, asking you to lead part of a rehearsal. Did he influence you in any other ways? Bernstein was a father figure, a mentor for many years. When he conducted the Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra, he inspired me to make life choices that had risks. He told me that the biggest risk in life was probably not to take a risk. So he gave me the courage to do whatever is necessary. We are not on this planet just to reach a pension. His happiness when he reached something that he really had in his mind and in his heart that inspired me tremendously. Next question. What are you most looking forward to? What are you most looking forward to this season? Jaap van Zweden says, there is not one particular thing. There are highlights, of course, and I think that the heart of every musician is always looking the most for the new pieces, We are dying to have some new masterpieces. But I would say that I'm most excited about the diversity, which is the overall theme. It is so attractive. It is also actually how I see New York. There are so many sides of New York. And of course, the public of the New York Philharmonic is, for me, a new family member. I look forward very much to getting to know them. The beauty of New York, take 9/11 and what happened there, and how the town stood up again after that. What a backbone this city has, and it is still so forgiving, and is still so open to everybody. That is maybe the most inspiring quality of this city. So I'm going to stop there because I could go into so many more stories that are featured in this playbill. But if you have a chance, just try to get a hold of one of these and just read for yourself. Also go through the calendar. They have a very exciting season that's going on. But now I'm just going to stop here and take a moment to go with you over to my Facebook page. So over here at CMajor Before the Show, if you go to Facebook, you'll see my latest postings. Okay, so now let's go to my main page here. I'm just pausing for a moment because I have some notifications that have popped up. Okay, so now if I go to CMajor Before the Show, excuse me. For some reason, my iPad just went dark. Okay, see if I can bring it back. Or maybe I can get a new tab going on my computer. Okay, it popped back up. Now it's too late. Now I want to go to my other device so I can see what I've been posting. Okay, so the latest post is CMajor Before the Show, and it shows you what I describe what's coming up on the CMajor radio show. I also describe what's coming up on CMajor Before the Show, and then ask you to tune in because the format is constantly changing. So I shared a link, and it was for a free open rehearsal that's coming up. So if you are interested, it's going to take place on this coming Thursday, the 27th, a free open rehearsal for Bruckner's Symphony No. 8. That's going to be great. And I think you need to get there early if you can, but go to the Philharmonic's website to look that up. Now, below that, you'll see me post something about the show saying that CMajor is thinking about recording her next episode this weekend. So here we are. It's a special weekend episode. So I'm glad you're with me. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Okay, now below that you'll see a video that I shared earlier this week, and it's with the project. Well, it's regarding the project with Tony Bennett and Diana Krall. So if you have a chance, check that out. It's great. I actually have the CD right here in my hand, and it's an all Gershwin project. That's what it appears to be, and they did a lot of hard work on it. So you can take a look there. And then here's something that I posted. It came across my desk: the Experts Concert Guide to Fall 2018. So there's really no need for me to be announcing what's going on, because you have so many excellent posts already and guides that are out there, calendars that are available. But this is the Experts Concert Guide to Fall 2018, posted by WQXR. So check out their website, wqxr.org, for information about what's going on in New York's classical music radio station. So if you have a chance, check that out. And then we talked about the blog where the author was commenting on black and white keys. But we talked about this on the CMajor radio show, so I posted that. And then just check out the other posts. So you may find something interesting. There's an article about what does music express, basic emotions and beyond. And then there's a picture of me holding up the CD, asking you to do your homework by listening to this project. So, did you do your homework? I'm going to be asking you that for sure. So I hope you'll tune in for that. And then I posted some other things about a free concert that I attended last weekend. So there are still concerts going on in the Princeton area. So if you care to know more about that, just see me offline. I can tell you what's coming across my desk as of late about that. But that's basically it. I just wanted to take a moment to share with you just a few things that are going on, and to encourage you to get out and listen to some music. So I said we'd be with you for about 30 minutes. I think it will be less than that. But I am looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday's show. So again, feel free to tune in on Tuesday, because we're going to continue our talk about things that you can do on the keyboard, and we're going to pick up with ninth chords. So I hope you have a very nice weekend, and I will see you live on Tuesday. Have a great afternoon.